Sup YouTube. Whoa. So this video is being made a little bit earlier in the day than normal. That's because today we have a 41-degree day in Melbourne, which that's about 105 degrees Fahrenheit if anyone's watching from the US. I wanted to talk about a couple of specific things, and if I can remember, I'm going to try and look there, not there. So firstly, I had a bit of an excited moment yesterday. In the morning when I woke up, I saw that I got a message through Instagram from someone regarding my videos. And he was trying to suggest to me ways of optimizing my SEO, search engine optimization. And I really appreciated the gesture. And I know that there's obviously some business element behind it as well. But it got me thinking the eventual goal would be to build a whole bunch of subscribers and gain a lot of views and all that sort of stuff. But I also don't want to forget the main reason why I'm doing what I'm doing at the moment. And so I'm learning to be much more patient, just in general, about a whole bunch of things. And a big one about that this year is just trying to continue a grind and just let the results naturally follow. And because I have this day off today, I decided I'm gonna record a video first thing in the morning and spend this day of opportunity that I have continuing to learn about video making and just honing my skills and becoming better at it, which I can already see a tremendous difference from the day I started. Today is like the 7th day, 6th. I'm learning more about how my videos should be structured and what sort of things to eventually focus on. After watching a few more creative videos, which there are so many on YouTube, what I'm finding is that there are so many different suggestions about how you should be doing this, but I honestly am feeling like taking it at your own pace and implementing things that you think will work for your own videos are going to be key to this. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm also feeling much more comfortable on camera. I feel like I'm getting into a really decent rhythm now, and it's only just been a week. So the more practice, the better. I also want to get a little bit better at storytelling. And a random story just popped into my head that I'm just going to start talking about. How did I know that 41 degrees is going to be about 105 Fahrenheit? A funny story. Years and years ago, I was hanging out with a couple of mates and we were playing some type of video game, which would most likely be Super Smash Brothers at the time, or maybe even Halo 3 or something like that. And as I was playing, a mate of mine was scrolling on something or just like looking on Facebook or whatever and found one of those little quiz questionnaires. And one of the questions on there was, there is a particular degree of temperature in both Celsius and Fahrenheit that align and match. What is that temperature degree? And I was like, ooh, fascinating. And I'm sitting there playing away on my game and I'm thinking, and I'm like, hang on, don't tell me anything. I feel like I can get this, or at least get close to this. And the reference points that I had in my head was, I know that 0 degrees Celsius for us is freezing temperature. And I also know that 40 degrees is usually around the hottest that it usually gets for us in Melbourne. So what were my other Fahrenheit reference points? I do remember reading somewhere that freezing temperature for Fahrenheit was somewhere around the 30-degree Fahrenheit range. And also, after watching quite a bit of American TV shows, obviously because almost everything that we watch down here is American-based, I remember seeing somewhere that a very hot day or a sweltering day in the US was around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So what points do we have to work here? So 100 degrees Fahrenheit was 40 degrees Celsius. If I took off 40 degrees Celsius to go to 0 degrees Celsius, well, that would be going from 100 Fahrenheit to about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So when shifting 40 units from 40 to 0, I went 70 units from 100 to 30. And then just by chance, I'm like, what would happen if I went another 40 degrees down in Celsius and then another 70 degrees down in Fahrenheit? That would give me negative 40 degrees. And then -40 degrees. I'm like, close enough. I'm sure these like little variances would kind of line up. So I just blurted out -40. And I'll never forget, his reaction was just like, what? And I'm like, what is it? And he goes, -40. And I'm like, no fucking way. And he's like, did you read that somewhere before? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And then I had to explain how I worked it out. And that was just a really nice moment. Nice, funny story. And you know what? I'm going to include some funny stories in my little journal, because why not? It's going to help me get better at storytelling. And let's not forget, Baz, why we're doing these videos. I want to be kinder to myself. I want to be more comfortable on camera. I want to be a great storyteller. I want to draw people in with my storytelling. So yeah, I thought that would be an interesting one to throw out there. Okay, that's enough for today's video. I've got a lot of studying to do. Thank you for tuning in if you ever did. Peace out. Love ya.